want to start off by saying thank you so much to everyone who's watching this video, to everyone who's subscribed, everyone who supported the channel this year. Things have been going amazing in my own life, and I have some really exciting opportunities coming up. Yeah, that was me at the end of 2019, thinking 2020 was going to be the year to change my life forever. And I wasn't wrong, just didn't happen in the way I expected.
You must stay at home.
To be reminded every day that your race means nothing.
At least 25 people have been killed.
Fallen into its largest recession on record.
I know the damage that this disruption is doing and will do to people's lives.
Even though some good has come out of this year, all of this makes me think, is there hope for 2021? In October 2019, I was at a wedding when I got the news that I had been officially casted in the hit West End musical Hairspray at the London Coliseum. I was honestly the happiest and most excited I've ever been.
Day one, Hairspray rehearsals. Mate, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to meet everyone, get started.
At first, I couldn't get my head around it. Me in a West End show. Like, I'm only 20. I haven't been to a prestigious drama school. I've been very blessed to have grown up with so much experience in acting and performing in general. Despite not being classically trained, I felt fully prepared for the job ahead of me, and that's of course thanks to Young and Talented School of Stage and Screen and Alphabet Kids. I went to 2 rehearsals for Hairspray and I had the time of my life. But the next day we were told that we can no longer be there, and a few days later, well, you know.
We will immediately close all shops selling non-essential goods. We'll stop all gatherings of more than 2 people in public. We'll stop all social events. You must stay at home.
I think this was the first time in my life where I genuinely had nothing to do. Like, I left my job at the theatre school, I left volunteering at the church to do Hairspray, but now Hairspray couldn't happen anymore. I was left with nothing. I didn't mind that in the beginning because that meant more anime to binge and more gaming to do, but things became very real very quickly for me. One of my dear relatives actually passed away this April. That's when everything became real, because I wasn't able to go to his funeral because of lockdown and there being a limited capacity of funerals. It hurt. I wasn't able to say goodbye to him. You know that saying, I didn't know what I had until it was gone? I didn't understand how much closure meant to me until I couldn't have it. It was tough to deal with. I remember another death that happened this year that was tough for many people, including me, to deal with.
Good afternoon. We're coming on the air now with breaking news in the killing of George Floyd, who died on Memorial Day. There you see him right there. His death. After being held by officers, you see them right there, 4 officers there in Minneapolis. His cries, "I can't breathe," sparking cries.
I remember sitting alone in my room and crying my eyes out. I felt lots of things. I felt devastated and angry at the world for being in a position for something like that to even happen. It was a very lonely place. Being in isolation, I was very disconnected, so I didn't know who to talk to about it. But fortunately, I was given the opportunity to host an Instagram Live show to continue the conversation and raise awareness on Black Lives Matter. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Join us at Young and Talented. This week we're going to be tackling stereotypes, talking about where stereotypes come from, what they've achieved in our society, and also how do we move forward from stereotypes, how do we defeat. Hosting the show really helped me. It was a way for me to connect with people who felt the exact same way I did. And it wasn't just a show about us airing our frustrations and telling everybody why we're angry at the world. We were able to reach positive conclusions. The question was always, how do we move forward? During this time, I really wasn't in the best place. I was really getting sick of staying indoors, being kept from working. I had no motivation to go out and exercise until I watched an anime called One Punch Man, and I found my motivation.
So if anyone's watched One Punch Man, they'll know that One Punch Man said that in order to get how strong he got, he did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and a 10K run every day. And I decided, wouldn't it be a great idea if I did that every single day?
It was something I really enjoyed, weird as it sounds, and I actually started to see incredible results from it. Not just to do with fitness, but also mentally.
I'm not comparing myself to anyone else. I know within myself that that's an achievement. And if you're like me and you're trying to lose weight, like bare people online are gonna tell you fast and tips and tricks on how to lose weight. Look, listen, if you work hard enough, then you can do it.
Even though things started to improve for me, there was still that deep sadness inside of me that didn't go away. I've always been a performer. It's what I live to do, it's what I was born to do, but nothing has ever stopped me from performing before. I thought of nothing else but to be given a chance, an opportunity to be on that stage again and perform my heart out. And God heard my cry and he answered my prayer.
It's actually crazy, like, you guys need to deep this with me. So when I was younger, I went to a theatre school called Young and Talented. I was like 12 and we auditioned to be on the show as contestants. To think that 8 years later, I'm now made it on the show, not as a contestant, but as a guest performer.
It was arguably the best day of my life so far. Yes, my legs were in bits at the end of the day. The journey home was a real struggle, but it was worth all that and more. To be in front of the camera, to be under the lights, to be in front of an audience, even though they were digital, to be with everyone from Hairspray again, it was unreal. My confidence in myself is definitely something that I wanted to improve this year, because I've always been too hard on myself, too critical of myself. But there was a day this year that was really bad. I wouldn't have even got out of bed if it wasn't for my church meeting. But I did. I went to the meeting, and after it was done, I sat there with my guitar and I just started singing. And then a verse came to me, and then a chorus, and then another verse, and then before I knew it, I had a song.
And who I am is designed by you. Who I am is refined by you. Who I am is designed.
I wouldn't now call myself a songwriter. I didn't care about views or listeners or anything like that. All I cared about is getting the message out. I'm a person who loves to help people any way I can, and I guess this was just one of those ways. This year has been interesting, to say the least. We've all been hit with things that we weren't expecting, good and bad. And now we're heading towards the new year in Tier 4, which no one wanted to be in at this point. It poses the question, is there really a hope for 2021? Yes, there is. We might not have expected this year, but God did. He is in control and he will always stay in control. Why God has allowed this to happen, for people to lose their jobs, lose their homes, or even die, we will never know. But it's not our job to know those details. His ways are higher than our ways, so it's our job to trust in the person who does. So is there a hope for 2021? Yeah, there is a hope. And his name is Jesus.